Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is currently about 9:30 in the morning. Hudson went down about an hour ago for a nap, so he's currently sleeping. He could wake up any minute now. I'm hoping he sleeps for like another hour, but it just kind of depends on the day, honestly. Which, by the way, I'm still working on a sleep training video. That one's just a little bit more detail oriented, so I want to make sure I have all the details that have really helped me to get him to be a good sleeper down before I go ahead and upload that. So that one is in the works right now. But for today's video, I just wanted to do a little update vlog. I haven't done a 2-month update. I am about 2.5 months postpartum, which means Hudson's about 2.5 months old. So we're just a little bit above that 2-month update, but it's okay because I feel like he's pretty much the same. With that being said, we will go ahead and get into the video. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my postpartum update because if Hudson wakes up, I can just show you guys how much he has grown and changed over the past month, because it's crazy. I feel like 1 month to 2 month is what really makes him like a baby. Like, he's definitely not a newborn anymore, where when he was a month old, I still got very newborn vibes, and now he's just a full baby, and it's the craziest, most fun thing ever. And he also had his like 2-month checkup, so I'm gonna talk about that. But I am going to start with my postpartum first, just because, like I said, if he wakes up, I can just show you and talk about him while he's out here. And if not, then that's okay too. But, so for me, I'm 2.5 months postpartum, and I have actually been going to the gym every single morning. So Hudson's schedule right now is he'll wake up around 4:30 to eat, and then I will get up after that at 5, get ready, go to the gym. I usually get to the gym by 6. And then I'm there till 7. The one thing that's really helped me get up that early in the morning every day, because having a baby, you sometimes have mornings where you're not tired at all, and you have mornings where you are exhausted because maybe they just got up more than usual or went to bed late, or it was just a longer day. But one thing that's really helped me is I have a friend that I go with, and she has been like, I swear, my saving grace, because there's been times that I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna go, but then I know that she's also going to be there. So I have to go, otherwise I'm bailing on her and I feel bad. And it's actually kind of funny because we are the exact, well, not the exact, but we're only like a week off. Our babies are only a week off. So we're pretty much in the exact same stage of life. We're in the same stage of like being, you know, our body's healing and just kind of what we're looking like and our goals. So it's been really nice to have her. For any new moms that need to find a way to stay consistent, I say find a friend, even if they're not like postpartum, and they're just like going every day or something, just someone to rely on is really nice. And then I usually just have Jake watch him. He usually sleeps though during that time. Sometimes he wakes up a little bit early. So that's definitely helped me out a lot with needing or wanting to accomplish my postpartum goals. Just because for me, I like don't hate my body. I think it's beautiful that I went through all those changes, and I definitely, like I've said a million times, enjoyed my pregnancy. But I just know myself, and I'm a lot happier when I exercise. I'm a better mom when I exercise. I feel more confident when I exercise. So just getting up every morning and just seeing like little tiny changes in my body has helped a lot with all of those things. I will say just like the past couple weeks, I've really noticed more of a difference, at least in like toning in my body. It's a little bit harder when you're postpartum because you have to, well, not for everyone, but for me specifically, I now have to lose like fat and build muscle, where before, at least with my body in particular, if I ever did fluctuate with weight, it was more just I needed to tone. I'd just easily lose muscle mass, just because I've always just been pretty active my whole life and have never really had to like really like lose a ton of fat. So it's definitely been different for me this go around. It's been a little bit more challenging, but it's kind of been more fun. I'm always up for a challenge, especially when it comes to fitness. I've grown up in health and fitness, and I've absolutely loved just the way your bodies can change. I will say I am going out of town in like a month, and it's gonna be somewhere warm, and so I'm kind of kicking it into high gear. I'm still nursing, so I don't want to do too much of a calorie deficit, But I will say I did just start doing macros, which I've never done before, but everyone just raves about the results, and you can do it while you're nursing because you're still getting the calories you need. So I did just start that because I need to kick it even up more, just so I can feel confident on that trip. Just like I said, I know myself and I like it. I don't hate the way I look right now, but I just want to feel good in my own skin and be able to go out and play with Hudson and not be like self-conscious a little bit. So doing some macros. I just started. I've never done it before. I'm a first timer, like I said, so it's been honestly kind of fun, like figuring everything out and what I can eat, because pretty much you can literally eat anything as long as you're within your macros. So I'm excited to see how this goes, and then just continually going to the gym. I do a HIIT workout every other day and then weight training every other day, and then I'll usually try to get in like a walk at some point or a couple times a week. So like today, after Hudson wakes up, we're headed to grandma's, and me and my mom and Hudson are gonna hop in the stroller and go on a pretty long walk. So just staying active, making sure I'm staying on top of it, and then just staying consistent has been probably the biggest thing. And then now it's diet. I will say I feel completely healed down there. I don't feel like, you know, my abs aren't too separated or anything, so I don't feel like I need to restrict in any way. Obviously, if I did, I would, and I'd work on focusing and healing that. So that's kind of where I'm at with postpartum. I will say I feel like I've been pretty lucky. I've been pretty happy. I haven't had a ton of, I feel like, anxiety or anything like that, which I know a lot of people go through. So my heart's go out to them because I know it can be really hard. I will say obviously I get my days where like I'm extra overwhelmed or I'm extra tired or Hudson had a bad day and I'm like, oh my goodness. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy, and I have been really grateful for that. So I can go ahead and show you kind of what I'm looking like. I don't even remember the last time I filmed a video. I think it obviously was a little over a month ago, but I just don't remember what I look like. So that is fun. I am working on a postpartum video that will be kind of a mix-up of what I've done to get this body back. So I'll go into more depth that way, but this is just a little update on what I'm doing now. And then later I can show that. Just took my sweatshirt off so I can kind of show you guys where I'm at. So this is me, 2 months postpartum. I will say I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've gotten a little bit more toned, but I'm not sure. We will see. I feel like my stomach, like if I flex it, at least up here, is getting a little bit more toned. When I pull down my pants, because I swear high-waisted, I just hide everything. I will say I'm not getting as quite toned down here, so I'm hoping that with macros that will help that. This is kind of what I'm looking like to the side. As you can see, I still have all of this, and then when I turn to the back, that's where it gets kind of a lot different for me, is having all of this. So this is where I really want to focus this next month, is down here, there. I will say I feel like my arms are getting a little bit more toned, at least it's just like the program I have been doing, but I'm hoping to get them a lot more. I feel like this part underneath my arm needs to be a little more toned, like my tricep area. So yeah, this is where I'm at. I will say one thing that with me in particular is you can't see on my camera angle, but I promise you guys it's there. I have a lot of loose skin, so when I sit, let's see if I can get it. When I sit, this is all just like skin, and it honestly, guys, the camera's not doing it justice, but it's a lot of skin. So this is all gotta go, but this is skin, so I'm just not thinking that that will ever be able to go, but it's okay. So it is what it is. But yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking like right now. Definitely I feel like I've seen a difference. I at least feel different, which is good, but it's all just in doing it healthily to me and doing it to where I can still nurse. I don't want to have to stop nursing just yet to get my body back to where it was. So I'm hoping that with these macros and then just sticking to a consistent plan, things will get a little bit more toned. So yeah, but yeah, that's the update there. Okay, so since Hudson's still asleep, I was expecting him to be awake by now, but he is just really enjoying his nap. But since he's still asleep, I'll go ahead and talk about him, because I feel like between month 1 and month 2 is the biggest difference. Like he's a baby now. Like he smiles and he's not quite laughing yet. He did do like one little giggle, but he's not like quite laughing full yet. But he is also starting to understand like who I am, where I feel like when he was a newborn, obviously they're not fully aware. They sleep a ton of the time. But yeah, he definitely knows who mom is, and he'll follow me everywhere around the room. He's still learning dad, but I think it's just because I'm home with him a lot more, so it's just gonna take a little bit longer for dad. I will say, like, in a crowded room, he'll go to me or Jake a little bit better than anyone else, but when it's me and Jake at home, he wants mom, which I'm loving, because I know that when he becomes a toddler, he's gonna want the fun dad, you know, not the mom that, you know, changes his diapers and makes him do things he doesn't want to do. So I'm just enjoying every minute of it while I can. He does also prefer for me to put him to sleep because he's used to me putting him down for his naps and everything, but I am absolutely loving it. I don't even mind because he actually goes to sleep really easy. He's starting to find his voice. He hasn't quite found it yet. I feel like my baby's a little bit more physical than like talkative, because he already will roll from his stomach to his back, so that's fun for me. So yeah, he definitely does that all the time, but he's just barely starting to find his voice. He also just found his hands, so he's starting to grab every single thing, and it's so cute because like while he's nursing or anything like that, he'll just like rub my arm, or like he has to grab my shirt, or if I'm sitting with him in the back of the car, I have to hold his hand, and I don't even mind. I love every little moment that he gives me, so I have loved that he found his hands. He also sucks on his hands now, which is really good. I guess that's a sign of like self-soothing. So whenever they're crying or something, they'll like look for them to be sucking on their hand or doing something to help themselves to stop crying. So it's really cute, because even now, like if he's just bored, you'll just hear like the slurping of him sucking on his hand, and it's actually just so funny. He makes me laugh, his little personality. So it's just kind of fun to see like him develop and him turn into a little person, and just all these like little tiny milestones, I guess, to see like finally happening. I will say he's not as cuddly as he used to be, which is why I say that I just take anything that he gives me. When he was a newborn, he would just like sleep right here, and he'd love to be cuddled up on me. And now that he's more aware, he likes to look out and around, and he likes to see what's going on, and he definitely wants to be front facing a lot more than towards me. So he's not as cuddly as he used to be, which does make me a little bit sad, but that's okay. And then as for his 2-month checkup, he did really good. He is in the like 35th percentile for height, 39th for length, and then he has he's in the 62 percentile for head, so he's got a big head, which has taken a little bit longer for him to like work his neck muscles, I think, just because he's still a little bit wobbly. He's gotten a lot better, but he's still a little bit wobbly with his neck, and I think it's just because his head is so big compared to his body. But it's so cute to see. He just has a big head. I have a big head. That's definitely where he gets it. And another thing that he loves is he actually loves getting his diaper changed, which honestly, like if I had to sit in that, I would love getting my diaper changed, but he loves getting his diaper changed. Like if you ever want to hear him chat it up, just change his diaper, because and it's so funny because he just coos and talks and does all these things, and it's actually super fun to change his diaper, which is funny because you think you would hate it. And he's still a morning baby, so he's happiest in the mornings, a little grumpy at night. So yeah, those are kind of all the updates with him. I'm really excited to see what this month brings. I feel like 3 months is a huge milestone for some reason. I don't know why. Just in my brain it is. So I'm excited to see kind of what it all entails for him, just because his little personality is really starting to show, and I just can't wait to like see it develop even more. It's been so fun. But I am actually gonna go get him. He just woke up, so I'm gonna end the vlog there. Stay tuned. I think next week I'm gonna upload the sleep training. I'm just finalizing that, like I said, and I want to thank you guys for bearing with me as I try to figure out this schedule and posting schedule. Just as I figure out Hudson's schedule more, the posts will become on a more consistent timing. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. I'm gonna start uploading. I always say I'm gonna try to upload on Tuesdays. Honestly, just weekly for now. Eventually I want to get to Tuesdays, but for now it's just probably weekly. Mom's schedules are definitely busy schedules. So yeah, with that being said, we will see you next week.